On this episode of the John 1911 podcast, a range update, a $10,000 Ed Brown pistol, and the Hudson H9 has now been subjected to a mud test. God help us all. Okay, good evening, everybody. This is Marky and Freeze, and this is episode 78 of the John 1911 podcast. How was your day, Freeze?
It was eventful.
Eventful? Yeah. We both have hurt knees. We're together in the Pork Chop Express, heading back from the 1,000-yard range. It occurred to me, actually, while we were packing up, that we don't have a name for the range yet.
Yeah, I know. I thought about that the other day. I thought about calling it, Freeze's Best.
Freeze's Best? Okay.
I don't know.
Well, before we get wrapped up into that, because you know what? A natural name, you know what? We will uncover some dead family burial plot, and that'll be the name of this range. So, but let's tell people what we did today, what we've been doing all day today. So it's 6 o'clock local time, 6 p.m. And what is it? What is today? Friday or Saturday? I don't even have an idea.
It's Friday.
It's Friday.
Yeah,
so
it's Friday.
It's Friday night. It's dark, and so we're driving back to the armory. I'm taking Freeze home, and then I'm heading to the armory. And we have been doing range infrastructure all day.
Yeah. Let's see. We built a raised prone shooting platform.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I think that came out real nice.
I think it did.
I think it's got like maybe a 3-degree pitch to it.
Yeah.
That way,
throw a couple sandbags on there, and you're good to go. We built 2 shooting benches.
Yep. For right-handed shooters.
Yes.
Because we don't know any wrong-handed people.
Left-handed people are like gingers. They're soulless. Yep, deer.
I see him.
That's a nice buck.
I didn't see the horns on. I just saw the body. Yeah, might feel your. Do you have your tags yet?
No, actually, I don't. Not for this state. And let's see. We built a table to put our gear on.
I don't remember. Did we build a table? I guess we did.
Yeah. Well, when we say we, you mean me.
Yeah. Well, actually, I tell you what. I gotta throw Freeze a total solid here. So, picked him up, went out to the property, dropped off a bunch of gear, a bunch of targets. Had to get the targets out of the truck and get stuff out. Pick up the trailer and do all that kind of stuff. So I had to head into town to pick up basically a ton of lumber. And I was gone. How long was I gone?
2 hours.
Was I gone 2 hours?
Yeah, about 2 hours.
It's probably close to an hour to get to the lumber yard. Yeah. So I came back. I showed up at the lumber place, and there's cinder blocks and capstone, or whatever they're calling it. I'm like, I need that pallet of that. Get the forklift. I need 10 sheets of this. I need this. I need this. Take it all out to the trailer. So it was a big project. I come back. I didn't realize how long I was gone. It just took forever. And Freeze had all this furniture already built.
Let's see. I had. I did a target. I built a target backer for.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I mean, the stuff looks good. I was like, damn. I was impressed.
Bob Vila.
Bob motherfucking Vila.
Yeah.
Of course, we can't say that on Anchor, or they would,
Oh, another deer. Oh, that's got a wreck. Nah, that's a pretty decent wreck too.
Yeah.
All the bucks.
Are they rutting right now?
I don't know.
They're rutting around the armory right now. Are they rutting out here yet?
I don't know. But the bucks are out tonight.
The bucks are out. That's Friday night.
I've shot either one of those.
Friday nights for fighting. So.
And let's see. So anyway, yeah, we built just a table. We had that crappy spool.
Yeah, we have one spool that we.
So anyway, I just put a top on it. So, yeah.
Yeah. So
just a place to put our gear bag, you know, our bags and whatnot.
And so we've kind of got the layout for what we're going to do with, say, 100. You know, we know we're going to put the 100-yard targets. We've got some support. We're going to try some structures. We're going to try for some steel. We're going to give it a shot. We have steel from a maker that the steel's not working out right now, but we might find a way to make it work. And then Freeze has a really good idea for some, because we need some target stands we need some target stands for the, I don't know what that was.
Yeah, that's me.
For the paper targets, so we can, you know, shoot for groups and zero.
Yeah, and
Freeze just took his seatbelt off.
yeah, give me a second. It's freaking clean.
Can you see?
Yeah, no, it won't come back out. Damn Toyotas.
Don't even start on my
Japs.
Toyota. Hey, we're about to give the Japs nuclear weapons, so you know.
Whatever. we gave them nuclear weapons before, twice.
Oh God. Yep, we're definitely kicked off anchor now.
Whatever.
So, but you know, some really good ideas for turning pallets into.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, it's cheap, it was easy, and it's quick.
Yeah.
Cheap being the operative word, because
you know, also, you know, because we've scored so many pallets, you know, we have a lot of old crappy pallets, but we also have a lot of righteous, like super heavy duty with decking, brand new, unused.
Yeah, there's some
for free.
There's some really, really nice ones, but then again, there's some really, really bad ones. But I just took the Wonder Bar and the sledgehammer and busted, the bad ones apart and used the planks and boards that were good for, for what I needed.
Yeah, I'm putting the headlights down. We're so heavy in the back, my front end's up. People are giving me the high beam. Okay, so, you know, I mean, it's, I think we've got a lot of the infrastructure. We got probably 20% of the entire range's infrastructure done, but we've got the layout for how it's actually going to go pretty set. And, that's going to be real good. I'm real happy with that. I mean, it's been a rough week. There's a lot going on. We got a lot of people out sick. There's stuff sick where you're working. There's people sick. It's just crazy. So it's been like short shifted. So we've had all these other issues, and so that's why we're out here on a weekend, trying to build target stands at night. So
well, I mean, you got to get it when you can, and
34 degrees all day.
Yeah.
You know what? The day will come when we will wish it was 34 degrees.
Yeah, and that's coming quick.
Yeah, so that's why the bad rush to get. I mean, it kind of sucks. We lost a week right when we can't really stand to lose a week.
Yeah, and then next weekend's deer season.
Yeah.
So
is it next?
It's
next Saturday.
Yeah.
So a week from tomorrow.
Yeah, a week from tomorrow. So
right.
Yeah, but so I'll be taking the Pork Chop Express.
Yeah,
to deer camp.
You will be call sign Pork Chop Express, and you will be taking all the gear out to Mitchell's Range and deer camp.
Yeah.
So,
but no, at the end of the day, we have a prone raised platform, and we have
two pretty good shooting positions. Well, shooting benches.
We have one of the shooting benches is set. It's in the position that we want it in. The other one is built, but it's not been set yet. So, which is good because that gives us, who knows where we'll end up putting it.
I had mentioned this in passing. You know what? My the trailer brake is too heavy. Let me turn this down. Turn down the 1.5. There we go. I was heavy with all that lumber, and I
cranked it up.
I cranked it up, so I forgot to crank it down. We were about to pull the trailer brake. I had mentioned this since we were going to do a giant deck in this one area, but it's like, well, we may not need to do that. So we have more room in the briar patch main shooting position. I had mentioned to you that maybe we should build a faux roof line to shoot.
You know, I like that idea. We have, you know, those...
especially for the sniper guys.
Well, yeah.
They would love that.
You know those 10-foot pallets we have, but they're the crappy ones?
Mm-hmm.
We can use those to make a pretty decent roof line, because...
Would you do it high or would you do it wide?
Well...
Like, would you do it high enough that they still have to work to climb it?
Yes. No, let me explain. Because the pallets are 10 feet long.
Yeah.
What you do is you take a, you know, and some of them are really bad shape.
Yeah.
So what you do is you make, you know, you put it like at a 45-degree angle, but the peak of it is going to be about 5 feet off the ground. I'm not, you know, we're not talking about.
Oh, that's
you know,
not high at all.
You know, we're not talking about, you know, going super high. I mean, we could go 6. You know, but depending on where we put it, if we put it like, say, to the left of the briar patch,
yeah,
you're over that hill. You get yourself elevated 5-6 feet off the ground, you know, on like a rooftop incline, shooting down towards, like, say, the 360 range.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that would be, and see, that would also, because that gives you a lot of position shooting. You don't need to be doing position, realistically, in this part of the country, you don't really need to do position shooting beyond, say, 300 yards. You know, again, most law enforcement engages are 75 yards and in. So, you know, if you're on a roof and you have to be on a roof, which would suck, and you have to set up, you're not going to, I mean, you're probably not going to set up to be 300 yards away. You could probably find a roof that's closer.
Yeah. Well, but
you're not going to take a 600-yard roof shot.
But what's nice is because of that hillside and the down angle, we set up targets at, like, you know, 50, 75, 100, all the way out to 300. You know, and it won't all be down angles, but the close-in ones will be a pretty sharp down angle, which the sniper dudes will.
Actually, there I will go ahead and say this. Because you know it's not that far away. The Navy SEALs run their sniper school not too far away from us, and they actually have a tower overlooking a valley that's not too dissimilar from our valley. Mm-hmm. So what they do is the tower, you know, the tower goes up. It's pretty substantial, but because it's so substantial and it looks down over the valley, the angles that they can practice shooting are pretty substantial.
Yeah.
Angles.
Well, yeah.
And we're not that far off from that.
No. So if you go to the left of, like, say, the raised prone platform we put up today, mm-hmm. if you go to the left like 20, 30 feet and set it up like right on the fence line there, mm-hmm. man, I tell you what, that's a pretty good down angle, and those SWAT guys will like that.
Should we? Well, okay. Again, because, you know, we have a lot of wood and we have a lot of pallets, and, you know, I can buy.
You want to go higher?
Well, here's what I was thinking. You know, why don't we talk? Why don't we do an informal poll with some of the sniper cell guys, the ones that'll be out.
Yeah.
Again, it's not going to be all of them, but it's going to be some of them.
Yeah.
And ask them, do you have a particular pitch that you would like for your roof, for this roof? Is there a point where, like, you're like, oh yeah, those kind of roofs are easy, but when we get above this angle, it sucks, so I'd like to practice on that more. Or maybe we set up a, like, I don't know, like one that's at a pitch, and we just build it kind of like we were talking about building a deck, just connect it. Basically, it's like pitch, you know, different pitches.
Yeah.
You can just work your way down the line, say for like, I don't know, 30 feet, 40 feet's pretty long. I don't know. Could be 40 feet.
We'll see.
I don't know, maybe ask them, see what I don't know, what would be a good pitch for a roof, infrastructure.
Well, the pitch needs to be steep enough to where they need to wear a harness and hook up to the harness to keep them from sliding back down.
Well, okay, I'll have to see what they want to do. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I mean, how much of a dick do we want to do? We want to put shingles on it? You know,
Yeah.
and I mean, here's the thing. If we don't put it in a briar patch and we put it out in that field and we put shingles on it, guess what else it's going to be? It's going to be hot as a motherfucker.
Hot. Yeah.
And that could be very realistic.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll talk
I
to
mean, right now we're just trying to get our shit together.
Oh, I guess one thing we have to kind of keep in mind is, so this is episode 78 of the podcast. We've done 2 episodes, test episodes on Anchor that have not really been, Anchor's kind of not really working out for us. So we kind of skipped a few things. I got my ass handed to me on a gun auction the other night. I was trying to win this particular gun. I'm not going to mention what it is, but man, this dude stomped me. I was trying to play tough with him, and he took every hit, and just I couldn't psych him out. I couldn't scare him off. And so eventually got to the point I was like, yeah, it's too much. I can get another one in better condition for the same amount or more, and just a little bit more money. Actually, for less money when you count the accoutrements. It's just,
Whoa, what the hell's going on here?
I don't know. We're driving, and so it looks like a couple, either a pickup truck pulled off and maybe they were going to fight, or I don't know what that was. So it is Friday night, so kind of the kids are out.
Everyone's liquored up and driving their pickup trucks.
God, it's only 6:20, but out here, I mean, hell, that could be like, I don't know. So what else was there I wanted to talk about? Oh, okay, we talked about this. We didn't talk about it because we lost on Anchor. So the old man is going to shoot. So deer season starts next Saturday.
Yeah.
I'll zero his gun tomorrow or Sunday. He's going to shoot the SKS.
Yeah.
What are you going to hunt with this year? Are you going to use the K31 or are you going to use the VZ?
I don't know. I'll probably take them both. I'm not sure what I'm going to use.
Did you use a sniper last year?
No.
What did you use last year?
The VZ.
Okay.
I've got ammo. I've got 54 for Salt Point.
Salt Point, yeah.
So, actually, you got it. I gave it to you to.
God, I have to find it. I'm so unorganized right now. It's in the armory.
Yeah.
Probably in my office.
Yeah.
I'll have to go get it. So.
So.
Sorry.
That's okay. I'm not going to use it anyway this year, but
if I hunt the 1,000-yard range, which I haven't decided if I will or I won't, I'll just use the 243, the Blazer.
Of course you will.
I've got soft point ammo for it. There's not another gun there's not another caliber I have that I have soft point ammo. I don't believe. Because I can't use match ammo. As soon as the DNR figures out that we're running a range there, they may be circling like hawks. So,
we'll see.
Yeah, keep that in mind.
We'll see.
So, I mean, that's, kind of update what's going on. We've got, it's been crazy busy with the range project, but we're almost to the point that we're going to be shooting a lot more video and producing a lot more content for the for the average listeners. This is kind of another status update.
Well, it's coming along. I mean, let's see. The last video we shot, I was out there shooting the K31. We were sitting at a plastic table that was like 45. Well, it wasn't a 45
but that was on that was like on the access road.
But it was like on the access road, and it was a crappy deal,
Yeah.
Now that we've got some infrastructure, we got some benches, we got some decent areas we can actually shoot from.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do is we're going to put some targets permanently on those on those peaks of those hills.
Yeah, on the
that will be
by the access road.
Yes,
yeah.
those will be shootable from the Briar Patch.
Yes,
but where we set up, that'll be another place to do, say, like 100-yard or 80-yard if we want to do on steel. It'll be, be a place to come in closer and shoot the existing targets.
Yes.
So we're going to start throwing up a lot of those. I'm working really hard to get these humanoid targets, get these things to work. I don't want to say who they're from because we're having issues with them, and I don't. I mean, we bought the targets; they didn't give them to us, but we can do with them what we want. But I don't want to say the guy's stuff's bad or whatever when it's just we're just the way we're trying to use it. His targets are set up to be more temporary, and we need them more as a permanent fixture. So.
No, look, there's nothing wrong with the targets. The targets just aren't cooperating with what we want to do with them.
Yeah, and it's the whole stand situation.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, basically his stand blows for our purpose, but
his stands are set up to go to a flat cornfield and set up a target or a gun range on a flat range, a square range, and which is fine. Mm-hmm. But if you're shooting high-powered rifles, how close am I on the right? I'm trying to make a turn on a tight bridge.
You're good.
All right,
you're
okay.
good. Yeah.
And we're pulling the Pork Chop Express. I don't know, how many feet long are we? So we're 16 with the trailer. Trailer 16, another 3-4 feet with the tongue.
Yeah, and then
the long's the truck. So we're probably
7 feet wide.
Yeah,
7.5 feet wide.
We're like a bus.
Yeah.
So we're big. So his targets are fine. They just. Like we can't use. I mean, like even if we were to set them up and leave them on the range, they tip over. Like we can't use these.
And that's the problem with them. They're not stable enough for our purposes and our application. They're not that they're bad targets, and the stands aren't bad, but just not for our application.
Yeah. So, but we did have we have a guy who has I have to watch out for trains here. We have a guy who wants to make us some steel targets on his CNC machines.
Cletus?
It's not Cletus, but that's not too far off. So hey, you know what? I had family members in my family. We have a Kermit, we have a Virgil, we have a Bailey. Like I have an Uncle Kermit. So don't start, and don't forget we got to stop at the liquor store.
Yeah, we do.
So today Freeze has a special event, and he has to stop at the liquor store.
Hey man, it's the Marine Corps birthday, brother.
Yeah, I know. So we got to stop at the liquor store up here.
Happy birthday.
So I loaded up with more goddamn guns in the freaking local police department. So I'll sit in a truck, and we'll shut off the podcast, and you can go in there, and then we'll turn it back on.
Okay.
So, your brother's in town? Is he
he's in town. He flew in today.
Okay.
So
is he just
I haven't
visiting,
seen him yet.
or is he here for like some kind of function?
No, he's just
like an Iron Man or something.
No. He's just visiting. So
Okay.
Actually, I think he's staying at my house.
Okay. I guess I wanted to talk about this. Refresh my memory. What's it? Not the K9, the T9. What's the Taiwanese service rifle called? Is that the
T91?
T91.
Yeah.
So, we have a 80% lower that's got Chinese Republic of China markings on it. Gotta be careful.
Yes.
Rock markings on it that has to be finished out. We don't have a trigger or any of the parts for that. So, but we have. Actually, I gotta go to the mail center. Probably pick that stuff up. We should have a buttstock, a tube with maybe a buffer that goes with it. I'm not sure. We should have so it's got a special buttstock. It's got a special pistol
hopefully
grip.
None of it's airsoft.
Hopefully none of it's airsoft. That's, the RPG-26 we got in from Ukraine was marked airsoft left and right and up and down, but it wasn't, and that's how they're selling it. Wink, wink, airsoft. But I guess real airsoft kids are buying real ones and hooking like airsoft stuff into it. So,
yeah, whatever. So, as long as it works, that's awesome.
So how far are we from Big Bob's Liquor?
It's on the other side of the bridge.
Okay, that's right. Yeah, we're not. So, right. Because I don't want to have to turn this boat around.
There's a liquor store right there.
Oh, actually says liquor store.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't want. We'll go to this one.
Yeah.
We're more likely to have like walk into a robbery on this one, and it'd be like it could be more adventurous. This one's closer to the highway.
Well, and this one's also on our side.
Yeah.
Once we get all the parts for
we
the
got
lower,
the carry handle too. There's a carry handle that I guess I hope that goddamn carry handle fits on the Wolf Upper. I hope.
Hey, you know what? Whatever.
You'll make it fit.
We'll deal with what we have. And I mean, the thing is with the Wolf Uppers, there's no build involved. It's like you just pony up the cash and you buy the upper and you're good to go.
Yeah.
So the big deal is accumulating all the lower parts to be correct.
Yeah, and getting it in from Taiwan.
Because what these guys are doing is they're buying the Wolf Uppers and they're just throwing them on regular AR lowers and going, kind of a quasi T91. No, not at all.
Well, I mean, if you want to try to be have a faux, because you didn't get it from Taiwan, but try to have, a rifle that is spec'd out the way that they spec them out in Taiwan. You need that little stubby stock, and you need that weird grip, the handle, the rear pistol grip, and the weird carry handle sight system. I hope that carry handle sight, iron sights, works with the flip up front sight on the Wolf Upper.
You know what?
I hope they don't. I hope they kind of co-witness a little bit.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. But even if it doesn't, we'll play with it. We'll make it work. Get some JB Weld and some.
Don't start. No. You make that shit up. Bother the crap out of me. Oh, dude! But remember the guy that we found this gun? I remember what the hell it was. He was in like what we call a slave state, like Massachusetts.
Yeah.
And what the hell gun was that? And he literally was taking these actions and changing the calibers and JB welding the stuff together.
Oh yeah,
remember that dude?
Yeah, I do remember that guy. What the hell?
And I was like, because I was talking to him to make sure that it wasn't a rip-off job. Because I liked the gun and the pictures. I was like, this looks like a pretty high quality conversion. Like it was 4570.
Right past this light.
Oh, it's way up farther than that, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a big one right here.
Oh, I'm thinking of one up closer by the highway.
Yeah.
Okay, so, but, and he was like, oh, yeah, JB Weld and whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, great,
it's
okay,
like,
awesome, sounds awesome.
No, it doesn't sound awesome.
But I didn't want to, but here's the thing, he even in a conversation, he's like, well, I sold one to a guy in Texas, and I guess he didn't like it, and he sent it back and wanted his money back, so I just wanted to tell you up front. So it's like, he knows. Yeah, he's making these things look great, but they JB welded out. And
yeah.
So the liquor store's here?
Yeah, right up here on the right.
Do I have room to get the Pork Chop Express in here? Is it with this purple light?
Yeah, see this like right here.
All right, let me see if I can get. We're gonna drag this trailer right over this curb.
Yep.
Going to the liquor store. Oh wow. Okay, this. Oh, you know what? I'm thinking. No. I'm thinking of the ghetto one, way ass up by the highway. So you know what? Let me hit. Intermission while Freeze goes buys liquor. All right. Okay. So we're back, everybody, and Freeze went in. We basically just pulled. I hope this isn't a dead end road. Please don't be a dead end road. So we just pulled in front of this very fancy liquor store and took like 8 spots in front of it. Closed the whole business. Freeze goes in, gets his liquor for the Marine Corps birthday, and the girls are like, "What you got in the trailer?" Because we've like blocked their whole store. And he looks at him and goes,
"Things." Yeah,
she was coming on to you, wasn't she?
Yeah,
she's
was.
like, "Ooh, Daddy's got a trailer." How old were these girls?
Oh, they were younger than me.
Everybody's younger than us.
Yeah, good point. Yeah. So she was, dude, what are you doing?
Who, me?
Yeah.
What?
You should have turned back there.
I didn't. I'm trying to get to a point where I can get out of
right.
here. Why, no kidding. I got nowhere to... Yeah, no kidding. It's a right-hand turn, everybody. Thank you.
Yeah, so...
So you got your liquor.
Yep.
So you can go home and get shit-faced with your brother.
I won't get shit-faced, but...
So I'm going to make a right here and get back
Yes.
out. Okay, good. Here we go.
But,
Tell this person to go. Go, because I got to make a wide right, brother. All right, so anyway, we'll get the T91 running.
Yeah, and, the Wolf Upper...
They're still out there, I looked.
They're out there. No one wants to... No one wants to pay, what are they, like $600, something like
Looks
that?
like
$500,
they're
$600?
$699 maybe?
No one wants to pay that for an upper. Turn right at the light.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, no one. So, I mean, if someone's building, doing a build, no one, like I said, no one wants to pay that.
What does a standard, because I'm not in the AR game, what does a standard AR complete upper go for, flat top? Right now, like on just like from Anderson or from like BCM may not.
I think you get some for like $300-400.
Oh man, we're talking 40 to 50%.
Oh, you can spend a lot more. Don't get me wrong. People get all this. I mean, how AR guys are.
Oh. Okay, you're talking to the guy that was deep into the 1911 game for a while. So I looked at the economics and said I had to get out. Dude, I shit you not, because I was on, I'm on gun auctions right now. Dude, there are Ed Brown 1911s right now selling for $9,999.
Stupid.
No disrespect. I mean,
Ed's shit's not that nice.
I mean, they're fully engraved.
Doesn't matter.
Remember those limited edition engraved guns?
Yeah, they're not so limited edition.
Oh,
now,
dude, they're cranking those things out. It's so like these are stainless, fully engraved something, and it's I don't know whatever it is. And I'm not shitting. I'm not saying like a Wilson is worth it, and Ed Brown's not. Dude, there is not a 1911 on the goddamn market today worth $10,000. It's crazy.
Yeah.
That market is going to collapse. And that's where it's like, because all these people, I mean, they buy these guns.
Look, Ed Brown makes a fine 1911.
For the money,
Right.
on the custom end of the spectrum, dollar for dollar, features for cost, you get the best economics. Generally, like your best value in the crazy value spectrum. They're the least crazy until now. There's $10,000 Ed Brown guns.
That's crazy.
They're out. They've lost their minds. Of course, like Wilson now is doing, Glock barrels. Shit, Ed Brown might be doing Glock barrels now, but they're all doing, all these. Wilson's doing Beretta 92s now, M9s, like full tilt boogie. So.
Yeah, well,
But just I mean, it's if they were so busy selling 1911s.
But here's the thing, I don't really want to pay $2,000 for a Beretta.
Yeah, not for that, not for a Beretta 92 pistol.
That's what I'm saying. But if you buy a Wilson Beretta, M9 or whatever they're doing, it's going to be $2,000.
Yeah,
maybe more. Depending on if you get the the Bill Wilson ejaculate coating. add another grand to it.
Yeah, I mean, there comes a point. Look,
You know.
I mean, look. I certainly, especially in this conversation, am not going to begrudge anybody spending stupid money on a gun. But my argument is,
you're used to spending stupid money
I
on
spend
guns.
stupid money on guns, but I don't spend stupid money on guns that I think this is a good investment. Or I'm diverse. Like, I got a little bit of gold, I've got a little bit of real estate, and I've got a $10,000 Ed Brown 1911. It's like, oh, that's retarded.
Yeah, stick with the gold.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to have a nice gun and you want to shoot it, or you want to have a nice gun and you want to give it to your kids, maybe it's the family, dad's fancy gun, rock on. But you think that gun's got any value, you're up above, like high, super high quality parts. I mean, look, the economics have gone up. It used to be the rule of thumb was for super high quality parts, just in parts, it's hard to put a 1911 together for, I mean, you have $1,500 of parts in it. Now, I'm sure it's gone up with, because I'm not in the game anymore.
It depends.
But like not.
I can build a high quality 1911.
Milled this, milled that, whatever. If you want to go super quality, but your parts, you should still be well under $2,000 in parts. I mean,
no bullshit. You can be under a grand.
Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, like high quality investment.
A grand to $1,500, and I'm talking about all Ed Brown internals.
Yeah. And I'm talking sliding frame too. So,
but again, I can do a build with all Ed Brown internals, and honestly,
and you're not buying Ed Brown internals at bulk wholesale prices either.
Oh no, I'm just retail.
So is there when you have a $7,000 1911? You see a fair amount of them, $5,000 now, $6,000. I mean, is there $3,000 worth of work in that?
I can build that exact same $7,000 1911 for $1,500 to $2,000.
Yeah, and you're a self-rescue gunsmith, build your own shit guy. And I understand somebody, I just want something that's going to work. I don't want to chase function. I want a professional because I want to play with a 1911. I don't want to make it my lifestyle. I get it. But man, $5,000? I mean, it used to be that if you were going to spend $5,000, if you were going to spend $5,000 on 1911, you were buying something that was so collectible, like a Liebenberg, an early Liebenberg, or a Swenson, or a Austin Bellhart, or like these guys that everything was hand filed and handmade, and it's from a different time, and basically it's a piece of history. And when people look back on our gun history, that's going to be a real valuable and significant, historically significant piece, something to own.
Yeah.
Now it's mass-produced guns. They're $4,000 and $5,000.
It's the internet's fault, dude. I mean, seriously, because everyone gets on there and they get their turn. It's Wilson's turn. It's Brown's turn. It's
Bear's turn.
It's Bear's turn.
Now Cabot's turn.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone gets their turn because everyone on the internet talks about how it's the most awesome thing since Reese cups.
Oh, dude, it's hard to beat Reese cups.
It is, but
and Nestle Crunch bars.
I do like Nestle Crunch bars, but Reese cups are my thing.
Okay,
but it's the same thing with coatings. It's Cerakote this, Cerakote. Fuck Cerakote. It's just a fancy fucking paint job.
Yeah, some are better than others, but if you're going to use your gun, you're going to have to refinish it, or it's the difference between having them on
But my point is, the guys on the internet talk it up, and then next thing you know, the prices go up.
Yeah, and they're willing to pay it. All these guys, you get on these forums, especially, oh, look, I have a scratch on my dust cover on my slide when I racked the slide on my fancy finish, shake and bake spray paint finish. So I must have got a Friday gun. And it's just like, I mean, just like, I'm out, I'm done, I'm out,
Yeah.
I'm bye, I'm punching out. And that's, that
Yeah.
entire market. If you are a 1911 guy and you want to buy a 1911, and again, you don't want to be like Freeze, and you don't want to have to chase function, buy a used one. Find one of these fancy ones that somebody lost their job and they're trying to, they need to sell these guns because they think they're gold, and when they don't sell, you come in and make them a low ball offer, cut their balls off.
For a while, the best 1911 buy on the market were Dan Wessons.
I don't even know what's going on with Dan Wesson right now.
I don't know. They've gone up because basically all the guys that can't afford Ed Browns were jumping on Dan Wesson because they
didn't Dan Wesson like at one point basically buy all Ed Brown parts?
Yeah, basically.
And it's CZ now that owns it.
Well, CZ owns Dan Wesson, and they made the frame and the slide and the barrel, and all the internals were, Ed Brown. I think they used Wolf Springs and stuff.
Oh yeah, everybody uses Wolf Springs.
But and it was the poor man's Ed Brown.
Yeah. That was a niche there for a minute.
And now, of course, CZ not being stupid caught on to that, and they are priced accordingly now.
Yeah, I haven't looked because I'm not in the market for, because I've got my blued 45 that my old work gun. I've got the backup to it, which is a stainless gun, full size gun, and then I've got a 9mm full size version, and they're all they're Ed Brown guns, and that's $9 goddamn $1,000 in guns there.
Yeah,
and at least 8. It's like, that's plenty. There isn't.
Well, and look, I tell people, if you're even remotely handy, go out and buy yourself a cheap 1911, be it a Taurus, be it a Rock Island Arsenal. Just buy yourself any 1911 you can buy under $500 out of the box. And there's a lot you can buy out there under $500.
Yeah.
Okay, because what that gives you is a slide and a frame.
Yeah, and that's a good base.
Okay, and you've got a great base. Then you start buying parts. Now, like Ed Brown, you can buy Ed Brown parts, and just like all Wilson parts, Brown parts, they have to be fitted. But what Ed Brown has done is he has a line, he calls them his hardcore part series. And as long as you buy all hardcore parts, they all drop in. They don't have to be fitted.
They interface with each other, yeah.
Yes. So if you're handy and you can fit parts, and it's not hard on a 1911.
No.
It's not rocket science. It's really not. If you can put together furniture, you can put together a 1911.
Yeah. Do you remember when it must have been an Ed Brown gun, but didn't we take a Kimber Series 1 1911? I need to get over. Coming over, brother. I'm too big for you. There you go. The benefits of being like 40 feet long, like a tractor trailer. Didn't we take an Ed Brown gun and we needed a new extractor? And so we bought one from Ed Brown. We bought some extractors, and then we were trying to figure out the tension. So what we did, didn't we take like a Kimber Gold Match, and we pulled the extractor out of that, looked at it, put it into Ed Brown. It ran great. So then we took the Ed Brown extractor and bent it to match the Kimber, and we were done, quote, tuning the extractor. Literally, and I think that's the extractor I run to this day.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, all this crazy drama.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Well, I tell you what, I've adjusted extractors for people on the range.
Mm-hmm.
And freaks them out because you pull it out of the gun and you find a ledge somewhere and you start torquing on it.
Well, shit, you pull the extractor out and you can actually use the extractor channel itself. That's what they used to teach people.
Yeah.
I mean,
and you start torquing on it, and people are like, okay, you were,
dude, this fucking guy. I'll let him pass this time because he's pissed off at me already.
You were dumping a kimber.
And I kept breaking it. You mean the kimber that I wore out the grip safety on?
I don't remember what the deal was, but you were selling a kimber and you came over and you had a trigger, and it's like, well, I have this trigger and it won't fit. So
because the grip safety, or remember the bow, the leg on the. Didn't I have to order a grip safety, and they sent you a grip safety, and you were like, Jesus, it comes in packaging like they sell these all the time.
Yeah.
I remember you made a comment about it.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I had a kimber that I had for, 5-6 years, maybe at max, and shot it quite a bit. I wore the grip safety out. Freeze looks to his Colt. He goes, the grip safety in this Colt is the original grip safety from 1928 and has never had to be replaced. And 23, and I shot the shit out of this gun in the 80s.
Yeah.
And I'm like, good point. I mean, that's the difference.
Yeah. But you had I don't know, you had a trigger.
Was that on the Colt XS that I had to deal with, or was that on the
I don't remember.
That was the Kimber. Because I didn't change parts on that Colt.
But anyway, so you had this kimber, and
yeah, you wet sanded the trigger.
Yeah, no, actually, I took a bastard file, set it on my desktop, and took the trigger and started cranking on the file.
Yeah, in front of it on his computer desk.
And the look on your face was, and I'm just like, dude, chill.
I know. I was just
there's a reason why gunsmiths don't allow customers to watch them work.
You know what? There's a reason why gunsmiths don't allow customers to watch them work on their guns, and orthopedic surgeons don't let their clients watch them do knee replacement surgery.
Exactly.
Because it's about the goddamn same thing.
So anyway, after I got the trigger to fit, then I took my India stones out and smoothed it out.
Yeah, that's the part I remember.
And because after I got the trigger to fit and it was dropping in fine, and everything was good, you're looking at the edges and you're looking at these gouges from the file, and I'm like, dude, chill. It'll be okay.
It'll be okay. I know.
Okay. So I broke out the India stones and started, stoning it, and it's like, see, nice and polished.
You were right. You were right. That was a long time ago. I wasn't quite as self-rescue-y as I am now, but I'm like the guy in Kelly's Heroes. Dude, I break him. I don't know what makes him work.
Yeah.
So I broke a lot of guns.
But anyway, getting back to what I was saying before, you buy yourself a cheap base gun, buy yourself, good parts, and rebuild the gun from the ground up.
If you want to.
If you're on a budget.
Yeah.
So here's the thing: I can have a $3,000 Ed Brown for $1,200.
I know. But what I would tell people, people used to come to me all the time, and they'd be like, "Hey man, what about this Kimber?" Dude, the most accurate 1911 I ever owned, bar none, hands down, including a $7,000 goddamn gun that I owned at one point, was a Kimber Series 1 Gold Match. Most accurate 1911 ever owned. But, what I tell people is, I think Kimbers are nice guns. I mean, in general. I mean, each gun is individual, and, depending on what you're going to do with it.
Kimbers are fine guns.
But my general attitude is that, look, the gun snobs, and even, the gun school guys and, the famous expert guys, they will stick their nose up in the air at the Kimbers.
Sure.
Because they see them go down. However, I've come to a point in my life, I feel that if you get a person who, most people buy guns and don't goddamn shoot them, first of all.
Yeah.
So if you buy Kimber and you like the Kimber, and you shoot the Kimber, and you start figuring out the Kimber, maybe the hot spots and the sharp edges, and you start going after some of that, and maybe you even break a part or two, that's fantastic, because you're going to learn so much, and you're going to experience so much. If you're breaking parts on your Kimber, you are okay, because most people in the gun community jerk off on the internet. Now, I'll tell you what, now I'm going to change gears because you don't know what's coming. The Hudson H9 has started showing up in gun stores. Oh, there's a Mustang. Why are Mustang drivers such terrible? Why are Mustang owners such terrible drivers? There's a video about that on the internet. People who have compilation videos of people wrecking their Mustangs.
Yeah.
The Hudson H9's out.
So it's showing up.
It is showing up. People have it.
The Hudson intrigues me.
It seems like an gun. I think they're probably about $1,100. You know, they're going to be expensive, 15 pound, you know.
I mean, I'm kind of reserving, you know.
Look, I would be interested in a Hudson the same way that I'm interested in, like, the Steyr Hahn. I think it's a historically significant gun. We have a connection to the gun that, you know, is outside of the bounds of our John 1911 and our business. And, you know, look, the Hudson 20 years from now, maybe a footnote in history. The Hudson may be the gun that unseats Glock.
Yeah,
you know?
I don't know.
But I think they're so different. It'd be neat to have one.
The Hudson intrigues me. I'm not, like I said, I'm on the fence with it. I'm not ready to sit there and say, you know, the Hudson is, you know,
well,
all that. But it's interesting.
Do you remember the conversation we had? It might have been yesterday, where it was, you know, we could do certain things, that we could drive traffic, like make videos, but, you know, I don't really want to do that because there's shit that I just don't want to do because it's not who I am. And, you know, there's also stuff that I would want to do that you would not want to do, and vice versa, but I'd rather at least stay true to ourselves. But we know there are things that we could do on purpose, and we can make videos, and we could just basically turn our YouTube channel into a giant shit show. Let me tell you this, somebody already has a Hudson H9, like mud, fucking water, mud, sand, fucking, and I was like, you dickhead.
See, all these torture test guys, I thought that was anyone who does videos terrible. Of torture testing guns, they're dickheads. If anyone who has ever done a video that has listened to this podcast that has torture tested a gun, you are a dickhead. There you go. If you don't like it, stop listening to us.
Well, I mean, what's next? Is somebody going to take a Hudson? I mean, look,
it's the same thing.
Before the end of 2018, someone's going to take a hammer and whack on a Hudson pistol.
I was just going to say, that's the next thing. Oh, well, you know, the 320, if I beat on it with a 20-pound sledgehammer, I can get it to go off. Let's see if I can make the Hudson do the same thing. It's just, man, look, those guys are just jackasses.
Well, you know, look, I can see it from two perspectives, and I will put it this way: if you are to the point that you are shooting guns enough that you actually have a level of skill, level of accomplishment, you're actually breaking parts on your Kimber, then you have earned the right to start maybe torture testing guns. But if you're just some jackass who wants to turn on a camera and basically just troll the internet, you know, and the argument, I'm bringing this up to illustrate the point with you. I don't want to be that kind of. That's why we started John 1911. We don't want to be those kinds of guys. We just want to document kind of the shooting that we do and the stuff that we got going on. There's a lot going on, and just kind of bring people along for the ride. We could artificially do things that would inflate our our bandwidth, but I'm more into penetration.
Yeah, but what I was saying yesterday when we were having this conversation, I know what you're saying about that, but the thing is, we do need to do stuff. Look,
you can actually name. I know what you're going to say.
Look, 99.9% of the people that listen to us don't give two shits about your blazers.
Of course not.
But they do love ARs and AKs.
Yeah, and we're working on that. You've got ARs. We've got a. Yeah, we're working on it.
And that's all I'm saying.
And I'm not interested in trying to get the blazer people because it's 5 of them. I'm interested in basically, this is the things we're doing. This is the skill sets we're doing. This is our favorite bullet launcher. It's you can shoot a whatever gun you want. It doesn't have to be cool guy. I mean, straight up, if we're gonna, call a spade and be straight up real here, dude, my gun not only is not popular and out of the price range, my precision rifles, of most people, they're actually hated in certain circles. People are like, that gun's gonna blow up and kill you, or that gun's this, or that gun's that, and it's so if people out there get wrapped up in the internet meme of, oh, I've got a Bushmaster, I don't have a BCM, I'm a piece of crap, or I've got a Kimber, I don't have an Ed Brown, I'm a piece of crap. It's what are you doing, dude? Because it's they look at us and they're like, well, you guys are this and you guys are that and you guys can do all this and you guys have all these, all these opportunities, all these people and you do all this stuff, but they're more insecure. It's dude, I have a gun, my primary gun that I shoot, well, shit, dude, the pistols that we shoot, most of the cool kids say will get you killed. My precision rifle that I shoot, none of the cool kids even know what it is, and when they do, most of them are like, yeah, no, that's not gonna work. No, I mean, nobody gives a shit what I fucking run, and so people shouldn't get so wrapped up in the word about what they run.
But what I'm saying is,
there is a balance.
I think people would rather watch videos of us shooting stuff other than blazers.
Well, sure. We're trying to get that range set up, so that's what all that's for. Yeah. So, we've got some other stuff coming, but my precision rifle of choice is blazer. Your precision rifle is a K31, and I think there's a Winchester Model 70 that's going to be coming out at some point here, right?
Yeah, but when, I don't know.
Pretty soon we get this range set up.
Yeah, the Model 70 will be making an appearance, but it probably won't be till next summer.
But but all the cool kids
maybe late spring
will be like, oh, you don't have a Remington M24, this never stops. Yeah. It never stops. So, if I'm going to be shooting precision bolt action guns, I'm going to be shooting what I shoot. You're going to be shooting what you shoot. I don't necessarily want to change. Look, I'll shoot ARs for some service rifle drills. We'll use the M4, or not the M4, the A4, the 20-inch gun
the
A4 for some stuff. And we'll do the same things with the A1. But that's not if I go to a gun school or I go through a training cycle, I'm going to probably use my SCAR because that's the gun I'm currently running. You're going to use your VZ. It's most people don't know what a VZ is. That's what you run, though.
Yep.
And, I just don't think we should change who we are just because more people are searching for AK-47 than VZ58. I'm like, fuck it. You run your goddamn VZ. We shouldn't change.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that that we don't have to be blazer and VZ58 heavy.
No.
We can introduce, because no one cares about those guns other than us.
Well, but we're not really doing it for the guns. I'm shooting for drills and experience. again, I'm not shooting for look, we're not gear reviewers. I'm not doing a review of a Blaser rifle. I'm shooting my precision rifle to show what we're doing with whatever precision rifle I would be shooting is what I'd be shooting. You know, if there's a guy out there who's like, well, I don't want to learn about this drill or this technique because he's not using the rifle I use, I can't fucking help that guy anyway. You know what? We were pulling up. I'm gonna loop in your dad's.
I was just gonna say stop here and I'll get out.
Oh, okay. Well, let me.
That's the exit.
All right. There's somebody behind me. So, all right. Well, that's where we're at. There's always a debate. Can I make it through? So, We're gonna wrap up episode 78 of the John 1911 podcast because we are pulling into Freeze's family farm, and we are about, we're like a tractor trailer size coming into a civilian driveway, and I'm trying to, I know. So if you want to see more about this kind of content or the subjects that we're talking about, go to our blog page, john1911.com. It's JOHN1911.com. Remember, it's all about shooting guns, whatever gun you want to shoot, and having fun. Everybody, have a good day.
See you later.